speak on behalf of our university friends here today.
Woo!
May or
That's
may
a good
not
one.
know, besides a practicing designer and architect in Hong Kong, I've started a hobby living a double life as a blogger. Wonderlister.com, check it out.
Yeah. Free advertisement.
For example, Nina, doubles as a movie star, Sai, inspiring singer-songwriter maybe. And Ilyana, our friend here, doubles as a mother. And for those of you who do not know the act of blogging, it involves writing about one's personal interests on a daily basis, which is something I've actively been doing on Facebook since Cornell. And if you don't know Facebook, well, just tune out now. Just kidding. But you know, I really talk about my passion for my work, hobbies, and friends. But as a subject matter in itself, I've never really written about the subject of love. I think that what Sai was expecting from me today is the ability to bring out the funny, which I know I'm supposed to bring as a general criteria, but the speeches are for my friend's marriage, and what is a marriage but a celebration of a big step forward in life to seal the deal and to proclaim once and for all that each person in this union is truly, madly, deeply due in love with each other. And to go this far to proclaim it with marriage is the kind of love that both persons know is one that is an everlasting proclamation. So, while Sai, please forgive me when instead of the funny, this toast will come across as gooey, scenty, heartwarming kind of speech instead, watch out, and maybe even include quotes from bands like Savage Garden and Britney Spears. And we know we love this. As an online guru, one of the things I use on a daily basis besides Facebook is Twitter. And on Twitter, you can probably follow personalities like Obama and Ellen and Ashton Kutcher and Ellen. I follow all of them. But for sure, one of the favorites I follow is called Love Quotes, which is really typical of me and Sai. Even though Hong Kong has left me single and a bit jaded, I still fall for these romantic quotes. And it's funny, I always say the quotes on my phone, and since it's a wedding speech, I have 5 quotes in my collection, which I would love to pass along today to my dear friend Sai. 1, true love begins when nothing is looked for in return. That's by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Ever since we've known Sai, she's been nothing but an extremely generous, fun-loving, giving, and forgiving soul who has always been there for her friends. For anyone who's ever known Sai then and now, you all know that this is a true character from her. Saivipa has always exuded positivity and always thinks the better of the person or situation beyond and above and before anything and everything else. She always sees the better side of any given situation, and you can count on her to always see the better side in you. Which is why I think we were all better people in university for being friends with her. And the funny thing is, she never did look for anything in return from her friends and from the strangers she met. Her generosity and love towards us, towards her class, towards her roommates made the tough times at school smooth sailing. The long nights spent in architecture studio, sometimes not going home until daybreak. She would be there at the toughest of times, picking up the guitar and playing songs for all of us. Even if there was a big studio review in like 4 hours, she would serenade us from something with her own collection, or the Course, or Britney, or Tori Amos, or Savage Garden, even Shakira, and many more. Her singing was her passion, and additionally, it was her own way to keep our own hearts and drive for what we did going, pushing us through those long, painful nights to complete one more drawing to get the job done. Thank you.
Woo!
The second quote is, "It's the heart of a woman that makes her beautiful." I think we have all agreed that Sai is gorgeous, no doubt about that. But when I asked my peers over the last few days what they remembered and appreciated about Sai besides her generosity and of course her smile, it's her funky sense of style. And most importantly, that hair. Of course, that hair. Let's see, when we first met her, she had Jamaican dreadlocks, then she cut it all short, chopped it, turned it to silver, then shaved it all off. Then I think someone drew a dragon on her shaved head, as Guardian there has said. And I think our friend Roberta did that, and then she grew her hair again, then it became long and curly, then it was short and sweet again, then she cut it like a boy haircut. I think there was even some green in there, and red and pink, and was it purple? And there was a pink wig. And that's the one that got Paul. For those of you fortunate enough to know Sai now, her love for funky styles of clothing and funky hair hasn't changed. I think lately she's had asymmetrical looks and with bangs and pieces of it in different colors. But you know, this beauty and funkiness on the outside is really a reflection of a loving heart. And no matter how her hair looks, this week her wide eyes and her smile will never change. And this is what we love about Sai even years later. Mom, if her hair keeps on changing, it's actually a good thing. It means she's still as happy and as playful as she has ever been. And this is a mark of her true beauty, her happiness. The next quote is, sometimes it takes a good fall to really know where you stand. I promise not to speak of exes, but as someone who has been her friend since freshman year, I've seen her share heartaches as she has seen mine. Even when things did not go her way or in moments of disappointment, and honey, we both know in college, it was almost all disappointment. There was that other side of the pain, which is a triumph of finding yourself, what you value for yourself, from a friend, from a partner, and how we eventually want to be treated and cared for with respect and with dignity, which we all learn after we pick ourselves up from our broken hearts. And Sai, we went through these missteps together. She was there for all of us, as we were there for her. If anyone knows how to fall and get back up again, it's Saivipa. And if anyone can help me pick myself up when I fall to pieces, I know she will be the first one to get me up on my feet if she could. And she does it well in her own subtle way, and even after university in our adult life, she may or may not know it, but she was still there for me when I needed her the most. So speaking for all of us of whom you have helped, thank you again. Some people, this next quote, some people come into our lives, leave footprints in our hearts, and we are never the same. One of my favorite songs on my iPod was a song recorded by Yarita in her first album, and it's titled NYC Bus. The song was written by Saivipa. The first words go, took the bus to New York City, I'm all alone, remembering the faces saying goodbye. It's my favorite song because I was there, actually, most of us, we were all there, at a short line bus in North Campus at Cornell University, crowding around to say goodbye to Sai as she boarded her bus for New York as it was summer at the end of our first year in architecture school together. Everyone, I think about 20 of us students, gathered around at the bus to wish her goodbye on her journey. This is really a testament to the values within her character that I have previously mentioned. Her generosity, beauty, grace, and perseverance to be a positive friend was a thing that really benefited and enjoyed my all. We were students from all different walks of life, and before, as we are here today, from New York, London, Hong Kong, Singapore, and many other places, gathering to wish her well in her journey is a testament to the impact that she has had for us over the course of that first year and the many years we've had after together. No doubt she's helped change our lives in her own way, or at least helped us see things in a different light. And I really feel that her being there was what made everyone in our year as close to each other as it was, because we were all the best of ourselves around her. And therefore, we were the best of ourselves with each other. And so for this, once again, Sai, our whole class, we thank you. This last quote is for Paul, and it goes, "A woman can pursue any man in the world she wants to be with, but yet she chose you. Please don't take her for granted." I guess in a way, some of us here in this garden are a bit jealous. Not because she's getting married and we're not, but I think we're jealous because, Paul, you've got her finally. And officially, you lucky man. After everything I've said in this speech, I think we all agree Saivipa is one very special person, and I think she does know how special she is, because We don't hesitate to let her know what she means to us. Also, this is a testament to her mother and her father, now, father, who raised their only daughter to be the friend we are all celebrating for today. So to Paul, please never forget her heart, her compassion, her positivity, her generosity, and of course her love for life. And all of us uni friends are all in agreement when we feel, Sai, you are very lucky too, that you found a partner as kind, as smart, and as gentle and loving as you are. I've known Paul for about 6 years now, not as long as many, but long enough, and I feel he does indeed see you the way we all have, and still do since the first day we met you at Cornell. Anyway, to conclude, I may not have written about love before, but you know, on my website I write about artists and their works, I interview them, and all the comment is that they have a passion for the craft, and what they all have, how they equate a passion of life. If there's anyone I know who's the definition of love from the quotes I've extracted from Twitter, it's Saivipa in how she lives her life, fosters her relationships, tackles the everyday. The attitude is a reflection of what it means to love or be guided by love as a human being. And this wedding day is a milestone of this love. I know Sai doesn't go for anything that doesn't make her heart sing. And you, Paul, you make her heart sing. So to Sai, to Paul, here's to many, many glorious years together, and may your marriage and partnerships inspire all of us forward in the way that Sai's love has inspired us from day one. Here is to a new day one. Sai, you were born to make Paul happy, and Paul, you were born to make Sai happy. So be happy, and congratulations.